But if you want to ask me questions, man, let's just fire it back. I just purely content, man.
He knows the power of content, social media. It's crucial.
Killing it.
How many years now, Chris?
17.
Jeez. What have you learned in the past 17 years?
Fuck all.
No, don't lie to me. Don't lie to me. For a young guy like me.
So how old are you?
I'm 31.
31.
Yeah.
So you got in when you were 28?
28, yeah. 2021.
So that would have been a hard time to get in.
Yeah, well, it's hard when you go through, depression, anxiety for a couple of years and, what do I do with my life? So, yeah, it was a hard time. COVID. I applied at Coronis. Got to the very end. I did the whole OTJT.
And what? They didn't accept
No,
you?
well, COVID literally hit that week that it was the final hoorah. Yeah. Congratulations, you've made it through the Coronis. So when I spoke at it, they actually got the video up of my original interview.
Yeah, wow.
I still got the email, yeah.
Really?
Yeah, and...
There you go.
Yeah.
Well, I was 27
Saw an ad on
when I
Facebook.
started.
Saw an ad on Facebook. You were what, sorry?
I was 27 when I started.
What made you get into it?
Money.
Okay. Purely?
Yeah.
What were you doing before?
I was over the road selling electrical, this sort of stuff.
And how did the opportunity arise?
I walked across the road and said, pulled a pen out of his pocket, piece of paper, and I said, this is what I'll do, and I wrote a dollar symbol.
What? So you just had one of those moments in your life?
No, man, I was in retail, right? So a lot of people have been through the retail sector.
Yep.
You're limited by who walks in.
Okay.
And we couldn't go and chase.
Yes.
So, no matter, I'd sell over $1 million worth of appliances, I'd make 65 grand a year.
Yep.
Yeah, that's not me.
Yep. Yep. So there was a cap for you.
I'd rather make that a month.
When you made the move then, how did you know that it paid well without you knowing it paid well? It's
always going to pay well because it depends on the amount of effort you put in.
Okay. So you just knew that real estate, you can make a lot of money because there was
It's uncapped.
It is uncapped. I can't believe
it's uncapped.
It's crazy.
And I was talking about this last night at Luke Longley when I had dinner with him last night.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like we don't ask for a pay rise in real estate. We forget the market gives us pay rises. People that are employees have to go, like Rob here, he would have to come and ask me after 3 years and say, mate, I want another 10 grand a year.
Yeah, yeah.
Homes go up.
That's crazy.
You think about it,
17 years, this is the knowledge you amass.
So, I look at it and go, only 3-4 years ago, we were probably averaging 12, 13 grand total, per home.
Yeah.
It's like 32,000 now per home.
Yeah.
What did we do? Nothing's changed. Prices went up. That's what I love about real estate. People don't look at it that way.
No, we don't.
And it's going to keep going.
Yeah, it is.
So I'm going to get another pay rise next year.
Wow.
And the year after. You know what? My pay rise is probably going to double in 7 years.
Well, yeah.
If properties continue to do what they do.
Are you in property yourself?
I've got 6, I think.
Resi?
No. So
commercial?
I've got here.
Yep.
I've got across the road. I've just brought next door.
Yeah.
So we're expanding into next door.
Yeah.
House I live in, and then 2 units on the beach.
Yeah.
That's why I don't have a green Lambo.
Yeah. Yeah. That'd be why. Exactly. Funnily, you say that actually. Like the Lambo is. It's literally I'm using it as a tool to network.
Yep.
The amount of people I've met, the amount of knowledge I've gained, the amount of opportunities I've come off. I haven't even got it yet.
Because of that circle?
Insane. The amount of things that I've learned that the
Did
world...
you pick that up from Emil?
No, I picked it up from David Nguyen. So there's a guy that named David Nguyen, very close friend of mine. He owns Tac Toys, the gel blaster guns.
Yep.
And his family's always been very entrepreneurial minded. And he was giving me some advice about, Facebook boosting, spending money on social media, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. He was the one that originally told me, man, go buy a Lambo. Go buy a Lambo. Go buy a Lambo. The amount of people you'll meet, the knowledge you'll gain, you can't put a price tag on that.
And you went green.
Well, I had really no choice. I ordered a white one, and I was going to get the PPQs. Don't know if you're going to like it, but I was going to get cat milk.
Cat milk?
Cat milk.
Yeah, okay.
White Lambo. But they wouldn't put my order through.
Really?
Yeah, so I had to get the upgraded colour. I think it was like an extra 76,000. Yeah.
So what's the car cost you? 750?
Nah, 690,000.
Yeah,
and
so
then
700
yeah,
plus
about
taxes?
700. Yeah, that's including.
Oh, that's including.
Yep,
so there'd be
including.
100 and something in luxury tax.
Yeah, 157 or
Because
something
I looked
like
at the
that.
Urus,
Yes, yep.
and that was 97,000.
I could see you in a Urus.
A family car, mate.
Yeah, I could see you in a
Three
Urus.
kids in the back.
I could see you.
I'll have 2 Uruses eventually. My
What's
wife will
next
have
for Chris Gilmour?
We're not here to talk about me.
Okay, all right.
I like how he's trying to spin this. It's very, very good.
I learn a lot. Like even just the way you spoke about our pay rises, like just me being here, like I've just learned something. I think knowledge is power, and
Oh, we could learn a lot off each other, and that's the whole point of this. Is just to.
All right, what do you want to know about me, Chris?
Well, I want to know. Right, so you've done 108 sales.
Yes.
That we can see online.
Yeah.
Could be more off market, whatever.
Yeah.
We can do our sums. Everyone can do their sums.
Yeah.
What I love about you is you've put your balls on the line and gone, I'm the 3M man.
Yeah.
Right? I've done well over 3M.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So I know what it takes. But like everyone talks about, I want to be $1 million agent. And you're like, fuck that, I want to be a $3 million agent.
Oh.
And that, to me, just struck me straight away. I'm like, man, this guy's 3 years. He's got some nuts on him.
Yeah.
And when you hit it, nothing's going to change.
No.
It's the journey and the person you had to become in order to hit the 3 million.
Correct.
And you don't realize that until you do it.
Correct.
And then when you look back at it, you go, yeah.
Correct. I think there's a chip on my shoulder. I did $1 million first year, just scraped $2 million second year. $3 million's a lot. You've got to really structure your team. Like
it's a team effort.
Like I'll do 16-hour days. Like I'll sleep 4 hours. My bed's a meter from my computer desk. Like it's all I do. I'll live and breathe real estate. But $3 million, like you've got to be running like a Formula One team, like a race car team, right? And it's not easy. I can say that, but I'll do it.
$1 million's not easy.
I think it is.
If it was, they'd all be doing it.
I think it is.
Why do you think they're not doing it?
Because
they're lazy?
Just like a 100, is it 100 metres or 110 metre hurdle race, right? For someone to go from 0 to riding 1 million, right? You've got to look at all the hurdles along the way, right? And realise it from the start as to what your hurdles may be. For any new guy, anyone starting out, I feel like, so many guys, they don't get the right opportunity. One, they don't learn properly. Two, they don't realise it is easy, but you've got to look at your situation and realise, how do I make it easy, if that makes sense. So what I mean is, like, for example, first hurdle, you got a home loan, you're paying, let's say, $4,000 a month. What's the first hurdle? You're going to be on retainer. That's going to reduce the chances of you pushing harder because you've got a paycheck coming in. So com only. Second hurdle, have I learnt enough to actually go out and do well? Right? Third hurdle, do I have a wife? Do I have kids? How am I going to balance that with family? Because if you hit that hurdle, it's only going to reduce the amount of time you can spend in the industry. Because the more time you spend in real estate, right, the easier it is to ride $1 million.
Yeah, so like when we had one of our staff here, so it's a really good point. One of our staff here said, Chris, I want to write a mill.
Yep.
And I'm like, okay, so let's have a look at your business. And you sit down and you break it right down because at the end of the day, it's purely numbers.
Yep.
It's a numbers game.
Yep.
That's all it is. The more numbers you do, the more numbers you see in your bank.
Correct. Yep.
So we looked at it and you went like, okay, so you go overseas here, you holiday here, you do this, you have your Fridays off, you do this. And I said, so where are we going to change and what are you going to sacrifice? And we really pulled it down into 3 things. It was family, health, and work.
Yeah.
And the agent went, well, I'm not going to change what I do with the family. Okay. And so as soon as that finger went down, I said, well, there goes your mill.
Yep.
Well, I still want to do this. Well, you can't holiday 8 weeks, you know.
You're not there yet to be doing
You know what
that.
I mean?
Yeah. Yep.
And they weren't willing to sacrifice anything. Never hit $1 million.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I know what I did.
Yep.
Right? I did 8 years of it.
Yeah.
So like my wife and I, when we got really entrenched into it, we were doing 17, 18 hours a day, 7 days a week. And we did that for probably between 6 to 8 years. But I hadn't had kids.
Wow.
So now I had my free time. I still went away racing, and that was my break. I did 8 races a year, and that was my time to get away.
Yep.
And we would travel overseas once a year, maybe.
Yep.
But we said that if we can do it now and go hard now before we have kids, family, and that, it will just set us up.
Yep.
But we have to commit to it.
Yep.
And because I had a job before real estate where I was doing between 18 and 20, I was earning $250,000 a year doing door knocking.
Yep.
And I pissed it all up against the wall,
Yep.
you know, at the casino.
Yep.
And I said, my next job where I've got an opportunity to make unlimited amount of money, I'm 100% fucking in.
Yep.
And that was real estate. But see, you only see me now.
No, I can tell.
You don't
I can
see.
tell. I can tell.
And it's
I
the
can
biggest
tell.
thing that people, it shits me in my office, right? So like I was still on the motorbike, on the postie bike at 4 a.m. in the middle of winter with gloves and a fucking scarf and a balaclava on, still letterbox dropping at 4 a.m. in absolute like 8 degrees.
I can tell, Chris. Like,
But no one sees that. You know what I mean?
I can feel it. I can feel it. I can tell.
This.
I know that you don't get to the level you are, retain the level that you're at, right? Real estate's an industry where when you go in, for you to get to where you are, everyone has to work for it. Very few that do well or are successful in the industry, they worked for it.
So tell us then, how do you write $1 million in first year? Because honestly, I reckon you're the first person I've met that has probably pulled that off.
Super easy. Like,
so what'd you do?
One, your first year shouldn't be your first year trying to sell. Your first year should be learning from your lead agent, right? So the biggest hurdle, the first hurdle that people hit is they come into the industry, they're money focused, right? Wrong approach to go in. Second hurdle they go in is they jump in, they spend 2, 3 months, 6 months, they think they're the man. They ain't. Like, and I know this because I've been through it. Like I remember when I was Jakota's associate, like 3 months in, I'm like, yeah, I'm the man, you know? Like, no, sit down. And I made a mistake that same day, the day after, and the day after that. Your opportunity in the industry is literally guided by who you work for, right? I don't really hold back when I give my thoughts, but your opportunity within the industry is you need to select the right person to work for, because at the end of the day, they're the ones that will ultimately give you the opportunity and decide your fate. It's facts, because if you work for too big of a team, you're going to be pigeonholed into a certain role. If you work in too small of a team, there's a reason why they're not doing the numbers, because you're out prospecting for them, trying to get leads and listings, right? Whereas if you're in a team that's coming up, or you're in a well-performing team and you've got an opportunity to become a second agent, like you have to grab that with both hands, otherwise that opportunity will be gone before you know it, right? And another hurdle, when you jump on as an associate, right, you better be willing to jump in front of a bullet for your lead agent. Because at the end of the day, if you show how hard you work and your dedication to your lead agent or who you work for, there's going to come a day and time where the lead agent will turn around. As long as a year has been so, burdening, straining, you've worked so many hours and you're chasing a paycheck, right? Your focus should be on, there's going to come a time where you as an associate will be judged based on your performance on behalf of your lead agent. So example, Reza, one of my right-hand man, probably the only person that's left on my team. I'm rebuilding at the moment, which is another topic and story in itself.
No, we're going to get into that.
He's listened to what I've been through, and he's taking the time. He's ready to go today. He was ready to go end of last year. But I'm telling him, trust me, right? Trust me when I say it. You're not ready just yet, because there's other components to real estate. It's not just about listing, selling. It's relationships, networking, leverage. There's so much more to it that people don't see, where they jump in, they learn the basics, then you start going out to sell. Hey, you want to sell? Hey, do you want to? It's not like that. And I think we're fortunate in Queensland where our market, it's not commission driven. It's not, who's the cheapest driven, who's doing free marketing. It's driven by the connection, the personalities, whereas down south...
That's always been real estate.
Really? Yeah. I hear down south it's comms, who's cheaper. Is it more competitive down there?
Yeah, look, I've got no doubt it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you look at the heavy hitters,
yeah,
they don't fault on any of it.
You're one of them.
That's my fee, that's what I charge. You want to work with me, that's what everyone pays to work with me.
I think that's what I think I'm trying to work on at the moment is not being afraid to ask for more. So I'm still young, I'm still learning and growing. Yeah, I've done well in a couple of years, but I don't want to be, a one-hit, two-hit wonder. That's why I've got 3M and 3P. Because, I want to one day be at your level where I've sustained a career. I've not just come up, done a couple of strong years and, gone in
a good, easy market. Because
correct, 100%.
This market that we're coming into is probably going to really test a lot of them out. So I'm looking forward to that sort of market. But
correct.
So you started as an assistant?
Correct.
Under Dakota, who is now Strut?
No, Dakota, long story short, took a step back from the industry.
Yep.
Had a couple of years off. Jumped back on my team. He's now found true love, so he's moved to Melbourne.
You're not going to find love in Melbourne, man.
I don't know. He seems pretty hitched up.
Are we talking women or weather?
Women.
Oh,
women.
okay.
Yeah.
Well, he won't love the weather.
So
that was at NGU.
Yep. So NGU, Greater Springfield.
Yep.
Funnily enough, I met him through a good mate of mine, Corey. We went to a VIP launch evening of a development that Emil did.
Yep.
And then we got talking. Hey, I'm looking for an associate. Hey, I'm looking for a job.
Yep.
I'm looking for any opportunity here.
Yep.
I just want to get in. And then, we started in Greater Springfield, 2-3 months in. We started gaining some momentum.
Yep.
And then probably 4 or 5 months in, Emil calls Dakota.
Yep.
I'm a nobody at that point in time because it's Dakota's team.
Yep.
Right? And Emil said, hey, Dakota, you've worked for one of the best, Matt Lancashire. So Dakota came from a good paddock, and that's one of the reasons why I chose to go with Dakota, because the opportunity was there.
Sure.
Come to the city. We want to see you perform or give it a crack in the higher end space. And came in, 3 to 6 months, we were starting to get some traction.
Yep.
And then Dakota just took a big step back. I need to take back time for family.
Yep.
And that's one of the hurdles, family.
Yeah. It's a sacrifice. There's like I say, something's
literally, then bang, it was sink or swim, and just message everyone on Facebook. That's how I very first prospected. I was just message everyone on Facebook. Hey.
So you started as an assistant. Now you're a lead agent.
Yep.
Doing amazing numbers. You've cracked the 100.
Yep.
Which we
were talking about this on the phone last week. Remember?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But not a lot of people.
Club.
Yeah, not a lot of people have done it and can do it.
Really? Okay. I'm not trying to.
I'm like you. I'm like, man, it's a piece of piss.
It's not a piece of piss. It's just
250. Like, why can't you?
Yeah. I just think
you'll get there.
It's not as hard as people think.
It's hard to sustain it.
Yeah, that's
and that's the hardest thing. And I think, like, I get the comment of like, when are you going to slow down, Chris? And I'm like, mate, the moment I take my foot off that accelerator, I know there's a 25-year-old there ready to take my spot, and I ain't ready to give that spot up yet. You know what I mean? So,
you're a race car driver.
I'm too competitive.
Your foot's always on the accelerator.
Yeah, absolutely. It's flat.
Accelerate. Come on.
That's the whole point of it.
I love it.
That's the whole point of that. But
any tips for a guy like me? Where I am now?
Okay, let's talk. I think a lot of it comes down to team.
Okay.
Right? And I think that's where I'm very strong.
Yeah.
Building, and that's where I give a lot of advice to my guys, how to build a team and who to bring in at what time.
Yep.
And it's just understanding their business. So how many's in your team now?
We've got 3 at the moment, 2 associates.
Including you?
No, not including me. 3.
So 4.
4. Yep, 4 in total.
So 4 in total. So you're lead agent?
Lead agent. We've got Reza Ascari, second agent, does a lot of heavy lifting. He's also getting opportunities to do listing, presentations, closing. And we've lost a bunch of listings, which I'm happy for him to lose, because it's like, it's on my accord, but you can tell I'm invested in your growth journey. Reese, new player.
Yep.
Used to skate with him down at Springfield Skate Park.
Yep.
He was down at Ray White, Burley Group.
Yep.
Reached out, wanted to relocate back to Brizzy.
Yep.
So he's just jumped on, 3-4 weeks in now.
And who else?
And Devon Smith, so he's head of operations. So running the back end, just make sure systems, processes, procedures, formal.
So so very different to my team.
Yep.
Who does all your admin?
Head of ops, and then me. So both of us.
Why are you doing admin?
Only some admin, because a lot of our deals we're really working the conditions for correspondence with solicitors.
Give me the no bullshit answer. Why are you doing admin? That's a job.
I can't let go. That's the no
is.
bullshit answer. Yeah, I can't let go.
There's always deeper, man. Like if we're lead agent, you're not going to see me touch a piece of paperwork in that office.
Yeah, but how do you get to that?
Okay, so my number one advice, and I want everyone to listen to this and play on repeat. Disney, Frozen.
Yep.
Watch it. Let it go.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Right, so
okay.
For me to grow, that is probably the pivotal point I had in my business.
Yep.
Control freak. Right? Yep. I hate even being in the car with someone else unless I'm driving.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like I have to be in total control. Absolutely, it's true. Right? Total control of everything.
Yep.
Right? But I found, and I worked it out because I've got some very, I've had a lot of amazing people around me, especially wealthy people in motor racing, right? So I've been exposed to a lot of wealth a lot of my life, which has helped. You know, and they always talk about time and money, all right? And that's the two biggest things, right? When you're young, you've got time. When you're older, you've got money, but you haven't got time.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So it's one or the other. But they just said, if you're a, that saying, if you're a jack of all trades, you're
master of none.
Absolutely. And,
correct.
And I then sort of recognized that, and I've been on the record, like I hate dealing with buyers. You know what I mean? Like 10 years ago, I'm like, you walk into a home, do you like the home? You do. Okay, why are you not buying it? Like I couldn't get my head around, like, just do the deal. You know what I mean? It's like, let's go. So I recognized I need a buyer's manager. I need someone that is soft, responding nice, communicates nice. So I got my wife in. Everyone loves my wife. Blonde, blue eyes, pretty, bang, you know. And the buyers loved her. Sellers loved me because I was the hard, they know I'm going to go in a battle for them and get every single dollar and smash the buyer. You know what I mean? So
good cop, bad cop.
Yeah, absolutely. So for me, and then when I started to let go of some things, and it's a trust thing, but it's also making sure that you train and employ the right people. And if you get them behind you, you can let everything go. So for 17 years, my entire life in this business is about to change in 2 weeks. So 100% of the business is going to be mine. When we started this business, there was 4 of us, 4 business partners. I owned 20% of it. Over the last 17 years, I've brought out one, brought out the second, and then Michael, who's the original, the OG of basically the whole thing, he goes in 2 weeks.
Yep.
Okay. So I'm going to be in a very different role. However, I'm still going to be listing and selling. I got John in 2 years ago, knowing that Michael was going to exit because you forward think, you know, and you just start playing chess with all of these pieces. He runs it. He does this. I know what I'm good at. Put me in front of a vendor at 5 o'clock tonight and I'll walk out with the paperwork.
I can tell.
That is all I am really good at.
I can tell.
I'm no good at, and I can do every bit of the part of the business. I know every single part like the back of my hand without a problem. But I can employ someone for 50, 60K to do my Form 6s, to do my contracts, to deal with the solicitors, and to do that part of it. So it is completely gone. I've got someone in there that does all my building repairs. So whenever problems come up, bang, he's on the phone, deals with it, super calm, knows how to keep a deal, and we never lose a deal. You know, I pay him a certain amount, but how much do I save by keeping the deals together?
And more time to get more deals.
Absolutely.
For yourself, yeah.
You know, then I have so for me, my biggest tip for anyone growing a team is you have to let it go and you have to trust the process because you're not going to grow. You're not going to go from 2 million to 3. That's probably why you're going, oh shit, 3's hard. Man, if you can do 2, you can do 4.
Yeah. Yeah.
So like when you dive in, like, man, like you should not be touching any paperwork. It should be like my 5 o'clock tonight. It's already on my desk. I just walk out with it. I trust the process. It's all in there. Everything's there. If you train them right and you have a system, so everything has to be systemized. You have a system for absolutely everything in your business. And you sit down and you go, okay, and you write a list. Moses, what do you like doing? I think I know what you like doing, right? You love the networking. You love closing the deals. You like the chase. Do you like doing buyer inspections?
Nah, not really.
But you like the negotiation.
I just like, it's relaxing just to meet new people and have, small talk.
Okay, well, what do you hate? There's got to be parts of the business that
far
you hate.
out.
I hate open homes.
The problem is I've learned from someone who's come from the high-end market, so the prestige market.
Yep.
I'm now in a volume market, and all I know is just all this technical, CMAs, all these customized marketing recs with, calendars where they're made through, InDesign. Like it gets... I just need the simple answer is, and I think you've touched on it pretty well, is I do need to let go if I want to grow.
It's the only way to grow.
3M.
Yeah.
3M.
Well,
3M.
so tonight you'll be watching Frozen and you'll DM me and go, that's a bullshit movie, blah, blah, blah. Elsa, she bloody dies, whatever,
The thing is, yeah, you are right. Like,
So, all right, so you're lead agent, so you list. What else do you do? You doing open homes on Saturday?
yes, depending on the product.
Okay, so you don't go to all of them?
No.
No?
We've got
Okay.
too many to go to.
All right, are you doing buyer showings?
Buyer, like private inspections?
Yep.
Yes, depending on the buyer.
Okay, are you doing building and pest inspections?
No.
No? Okay, doing photo shoots?
No, unless the product's on the higher end, then we'll do a photo and video, and I'll do a video. It just depends on the client. So a lot of my selective work for the miscellaneous stuff is selective for a reason. So for example, got a property in Tarragindi under contract. He's a doctor. I want to impress the heck out of him because if I do an incredible job for him and I'm there, and he sees me there.
Referral?
Yes. And he's a referral from a referral from a referral.
Sure.
Who just sing praises. So yeah.
Yep. Who does your CMAs before an appraisal?
Once again, it just depends
Who's
on
doing your data entry?
me. We don't have really a data entry. We just run off a pipe. Like we do 100 appraisals a month.
Yeah, but where are you putting them?
Oh, into a pipe sheet, like a data Excel sheet. So I enter it. Yeah.
So your database is on Excel?
Correct. Or it's on multiple. It's just I want to keep my data to me, but that's top. Yeah.
Do you know, that's one thing, like owning the business, right? Everyone goes, oh, the data. Man, I can go and give you my database right now of 127,000 names.
Yeah.
I'll give it to you on a platter.
Yeah.
It's pointless for you
Correct.
because you didn't build that database.
Yeah.
So
I know what you mean.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I'm not very. I don't really care about the data. The data's only good for the person that built the data
Correct.
because they're the ones that have got the relationship. You could give me yours and I'll ring and hey, yeah, blah blah blah.
You'd pull it
and I'll
off.
be like,
Anyone's going to do it. Chris, you would. 100%.
I doubt that. But you know what I mean? It's pointless. You know what I mean? So, do you do your letterbox drops?
Hell no.
Who's doing them?
Air Tasker, pay them $175 for 3,000 flyers. I've got a commercial printer at home. I've got a Z-Fold machine at home. If it's midnight, I'll therapeutically.
This blows my mind, man.
What do you mean?
Oh, just how people do their business.
What?
Mate, I could have you doing 6 million tomorrow. Keep going.
Yeah. I honestly,
So you're
and I know
printing
that.
your own shit?
Sometimes. It depends. The
So
biggest.
do you have a farm area? Because one thing I noticed with you're like me. I sold in 68 suburbs last 12 months.
Collingwood Park.
Yep.
So my first ever listing was there. Funnily enough, me and Jakoda sold a property together. It was our last listing together. I asked Jakoda, hey man, like if you're gonna take a step back, can I just door knock off the back of it?
Yep.
Then got 17 appraisals on the street we sold our first house on. 3 weeks later, listed my first house.
So
on
you
the street.
you door knock?
Originally when I started, yes.
What would be your script?
Oh, what I'm about to say is absolute pure magic, and it's.
I love how you talk your
It's
shit
the
up.
little. No, I'm telling you, it's the little sprinkle of magic.
Give us
right?
the magic.
Chris, good afternoon. How are you?
I'm well. What do you want?
That's good. All right, so I've just sold a property up the road there. I've seen you guys have been here for a little while. Just seeing if you want an updated appraisal on your property. Before you say anything, I'm here right now. It takes 5 minutes. Make sure you're adequately insured. You might have equity where you can purchase an investment property, or if you have any property plans for the future, guess what? You have an updated indication.
You arsehole, you just
So the
jammed
key
me.
point,
I couldn't say anything.
Exactly, that's the strategy. I'm here right now. You're here right now. If you're not doing anything, it takes 5 minutes. I'll let you walk
the
in.
house is a mess.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah,
I'm not judging
I'm
your...
really house proud.
Chris, it's okay, right? You should see my house, and then I'll get it up of
It's probably
something
at
personal.
the top of the mountain with
Nah,
this
it's-
ivory tower.
no,
I know
it's
how you
definitely
real
not.
estate agents are. Look,
This is how it looks, right? And then you expand the conversation. Your goal is to get in the door.
Yeah, see, that was good because you didn't really
Exactly.
and they wouldn't be expecting it. Well,
No.
I'm here now.
Correct.
And you're here.
Correct.
So that's very different to my door knock.
Mate,
Very different.
You shouldn't be booking in times because if you can get in the door, the clock starts for relationship building.
Well, you're there.
I'm here right now, Chris. I pulled you up before you stopped because I just butted in. Chris, I'm here right now. It takes 5 minutes. Make sure you're adequately insured. If you've got equity, nugget, gold.
Some sprinkled
It
dust.
works. I'm telling you. Like my first ever listing, 61 Basilia, sold it with Jacoda, 17 appraisals with that strategy. Because what I would see is when I door knocked and booked in, because the leads weren't super hot, or some of them that were, a lot of them aren't, right? So I would door knock and book in an appointment for my lead agent. Half the time they'd cancel. The other half of the time they weren't ready. You're trying to force something that might not be happening. They might not be selling. We're just, if you want an appraisal. I'm here right now, takes 5 minutes. I just need your email and take some notes. Guess what? It'll be in your inbox in 24 hours. Then you can work out, what do you want to do? Do you want to sell? Do you want to go buy an investment property? You probably should call Suncorp because your house is definitely worth more than what you got it insured for. So there's a lot
Are
of...
you still door knocking now?
Hell, no way. No. We get
No
leads.
one in the team?
No.
No.
Reese just jumped on, started prospecting for us, but...
So how are you picking up your listings at the moment? Social,
Referral, word of mouth, referral every single day. We had 3 leads come in today. 2 from a friend of a friend.
Yeah.
1 mate messaged me on Instagram. All referral. All referral. We do not prospect. We send flyers, just listed, just sold, that's it.
Yep. So how many? Around a house, 100? 40?
No, the whole suburb every single week.
Okay. So which suburb's that?
So Collingwood Park, I just became number 1 at Redbank Plains as well. And obviously, as I've grown in the industry to 3 years, obviously it's a short period of time comparatively, I've realised how valuable the markets that I am are and how much opportunity there is for GCI growth. There's plenty of food on the table for everyone to have a crack. So Redbank, Collingwood Park, but essentially any listing in any suburb I get, bang, you're getting 2,000-3,000, so 10,000 a week, I'd say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's good numbers.
Yeah.
So I do 64,000 a month.
Far out. Once they see you, they can't unsee you.
Yeah, and I got 7 billboards. And
I guarantee you no one doesn't know you. But that's the power of marketing.
Yeah, no. Well, I don't get every listing. Neither do you.
It's more so knowledge, like people know though. And that's the power of marketing.
Yeah,
they know you, they know you, they know you.
Oh, absolutely.
So the
It's
credibility is already...
saturating marketing.
Correct.
Like, that's all we're trying to do,
Yeah.
to that point. So you heavily invest in social?
Yeah, spent like 220,000 last year on the Amex on social media, Facebook boosting, a few billboards, flyers, and paying for events that I go to network to grow my own knowledge, to then become a better leader and be more versatile. Like F1 Singapore last year, paid for 8 blokes to go, cost me nearly 200 grand. F1 Melbourne, like 2 months ago, paid for 15 blokes to go. Got to pay to play, got to invest. And then some of the people that went on that trip, one of them I hired. 2 of the people that went on the trip, we were going to go on a business together. Builder, Renault Flip. I learned so much from that little weekend trip that you wouldn't necessarily learn. So I think that's a crucial piece of the puzzle as well, is once you get to a certain level, you need to build people around you, spend the money and see what they're like not at the boardroom.
So before we started on Cam, you were talking about your team.
Yeah.
You got a new team, and you sort of, and I said, no, we're going to be talking about
We finished
this.
at the bottom of the table where,
So-
we got to climb back up. So new team.
Yeah. So did you fire them? Did they quit? Did they get poached?
Yeah.
Because when you're at the top of the game, right, which I'm going to say you're on your way, you get watched. They want your people because they're, so like I know where a lot of mine end up, and it's fantastic. I love it.
Yep.
Because if they were great, they'd still be here.
Yep. That is very true, actually.
I laugh and...
Yeah, I can't resonate with that highly enough. It's so true. The grass isn't always greener on the other side, but some of those people, they're not smart enough, or they don't understand enough to stay. But you're so right.
Yeah, but also too, if I really wanted them here, they'd still be here.
That's what I'm saying. I couldn't agree more.
It's so there's a bit of that, but you're always watched, and so. Did you just work them too hard?
I think
is your expectation probably like mine, look, super high?
This is all happened very quickly. It's all overwhelming. You come in, bang, you start putting some runs on the board, and bang, next minute you're half century. Next minute you're hitting for 100. You put your baton up. Then next minute, like, you're getting all these awards. It's all very overwhelming, and
well, you're a rising star, and
you're coming
for my trophy, mate.
It's overwhelming.
One up there, or three up there actually.
Fuck, honestly, it's overwhelming. Like, it's all happened overnight from nothing, to doing, finding,
And do you think that then gives that other agent to go, you know what? Yeah, it was because of me, or I am much better than, like I get it a lot that they reckon it wasn't, you know what I mean? Like they sort of piggyback off you and go, no, I can actually do this better. And then they leave and you watch them and they actually go backwards and you're like, yeah, it wasn't actually just you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's.
I think some see commission checks.
Yeah.
Why am I getting paid, a couple of grand, and you're getting in,
Well, I'm collecting 32 on average.
Yeah.
Right. And then I've got to divvy that up with 9.
Yeah.
Right. And then pay for the other 80 other people that are here.
Yeah.
It's, mate, I'd have bloody 10 Lambos if I took 100% of it every time. You know what I mean?
I know exactly what you
I probably wouldn't even be here.
Yeah.
So I think there is a lot of that, with the assistants, and they're like, and because I was one of those. When I started with Harcourts, when I first got into the industry, I was being paid 20% of the comp. I was on 20% comp.
That's not much.
No.
Okay. Like,
most people
no
are like
wage
50,
at all.
60, 70. No. It was 20%.
What?
That's what I was being paid. That's the split. I was on 20-80, not 80-20. It was 20-80. And I was one of these guys that went, you're an asshole. You're driving the BMW. I'm in the $1,800 Holden Astra, right, with the Woodridge metallic paint, right, which is what I call, when they sand it all back, the undercoat, I call it Woodridge metallic.
Yep.
And, but you know what I mean? So I had that attitude. I'm like, man, you're making all the money. I'm doing all the work. So there is a bit of that mentality with people, but now I'm on the other side. And I see those agents now looking at me going, I'm like, you don't get it.
Yeah.
My photocopy is 80 grand a year with the lease.
Yeah.
Like you don't see, it's a stupid photocopier.
Yeah.
I don't even print paper. Go digital, you know what I mean? Like, or these lights, they're just,
Do you know what I say when, like, I know exactly what you're saying right now. I say it all the time. You don't know what you don't know. And I'm telling you, and this is what I try and instill in my guys or Reza, it's like, trust me, man. I was you a couple of years ago, right? I'm literally telling you exactly what I did, my presentation, the way I present, the marketing, everything. What I say is what I do, right? You're working your guts out for me. Your time's going to come, right? And I want to be that person where I'm like, that was my guy, that's my little seed that I planted, and he's winning. You know what I mean? So a lot of people, they don't get it. They just don't get it. They don't realise.
Do you think they want it too quick?
Yes. That's what I'm saying.
Especially the younger generation.
100%.
Man, I've had young ones coming in here and they're like, man, I want 100, 150K
Mate, that's
wage.
the biggest red flag straight off the bat.
Really?
If their first focus is money, I think it's not the right approach. right? Career change, want to try something different. You can tell pretty quickly.
Because you're going to cop it now with the Lambo. You know that, don't you?
No,
I guarantee it.
I think
It'll be envy.
I think the Lambo is my trophy of I've come from nothing. And rich people don't flex Lambos. Why? Because they were rich, or they're already rich, or they've been rich for ages. Whereas for me, like, I came from nothing. I worked my guts out, and no one can take that away from me. And I know that for a fact because every mother trucker knows how hard I work, just like you when you first started. People know it's not a flex. It's literally network. 1, 2, it is, that guy deserves it. Everyone will say it. I guarantee you. Because most people...
They want to celebrate your win, but they're
100%.
the people you want in your corner.
Who doesn't want me to see me hit 3 million? Like, it's a campaign within a campaign.
Other agents that are jealous, mate.
Well, doesn't matter if I don't hit it, then...
I've got one question though, and we need to probably settle this. How much was the car? 690.
Yeah, 690 something thousand.
How are you going to feel? Like, what do you reckon it's going to feel like when we line up together? And
I'll just show you the keys because I know at least you won't crash it.
No. I'll be in my Audi, which is half the cost of your car.
What do you got?
So the RS6.
Yeah, that looks nice.
Yeah. But like, it's
just get one, Chris. Get one.
No, I don't need to because I'll still beat you in the Audi.
Oh, yeah, you probably will, to be honest.
They do. They're faster.
Yeah,
how are you going to feel about that?
Honestly,
I'm going to ask the heavy hitting question.
I lost to a race car driver, so.
No. Rob could jump in the car.
I lost to a race. Okay, in that regard, then I'm screwed. In that regard, then I'm
690,000.
Honestly,
I
it's a lot
paid
of
302 for
It's
mine.
a lot of money. It honestly is a lot of money.
It's a house, man.
Yeah.
So I was stupid. I brought a boat for 700-800.
I just feel like where I am in my life, I've ticked all the boxes for me to buy.
Mate, go 100% support that.
Like, I've ticked all the boxes.
When you sent it through to me, like that picture of the Lambo.
Yeah.
I'm just like, fuck yeah, man. Like, good on you.
Exactly. Like,
but most people are not, and that's the problem,
Fuck
especially
them.
in this industry.
Fuck them, man. They don't know me well enough to judge me. I'm serious.
Yeah, that's the right attitude.
Is it true?
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, if people don't know you buying bar of soap and they're judging you because you bought a Lambo and their judgment's based on the purchase of Lambo to flex, it's like, well, guess what? You just made the wrong judgment. That's your loss, not mine. Like, I've worked so hard for it. You know, I've got 4 properties, paid my parents' home loan off. The first thing I bought was contrary to anything Lambo related. We never had a brand new car in our house. We bought back in school. You know, I was that kid in the 89 Taraga doing the paper run.
Yep.
Right?
Same here.
That's why I know where you come from, where you started.
Did you ever dump them and still say?
No, but you know what I did do on the roof? The cheeky one on the roof. 10 o'clock at night, you know, we're running.
Did you try and hit people? So I'd have my mum driving me and would have the window down.
Did you actually?
Absolutely, man.
Wow.
Yeah, absolutely. And through Sunny Van Kills. Yeah, absolutely.
Big respect. That's mad.
That's what we did, man.
I know where you've come from, and that's why you're like me. If people want to judge you for how you spend your money, how you portray yourself, fuck them. You deserve everything you want without the judgment. So that's why I bought the car. But yeah, we had an old C200 compressor, 03. Radio would just turn off and on all the time.
Is that a Toyota or what is it?
Mercedes-Benz, but it was a repairable write-off. We bought it from my uncle. Radio was screwed. AC didn't work. And then as soon as I started making some money, very first thing I bought my parents a brand new car, just a Corolla. They didn't ask for much. You know, and then Dad one day rocks up with an iPad, been sitting on the lounge, Cricket's Toyota. Cricket's Subaru out in Ipswich. Bang, photo of Subaru. He said he wanted it. Man, you know what? You deserve it. That's first.
Yeah, that's a cool story. And that's the vehicle. That's real estate. That's what real estate
I just wanted my
to
parents
do.
to have a normal car, you know?
Yeah, but like that's like when you said like, what do you love about real estate? Why'd you get into it? And I said money. You know, it's money, but flexibility and being able to do.
For me, it wasn't money.
Like that.
It was just, you know, I was in a job. I was in the Woolworths BRDC down the road here. And, you know, I get a lot of like, man, well done, we're proud of you. And I was there for 8 years. Same day in, day out, wasn't being appreciated. You know, you're on a pay. You're just a number on the clock.
Yeah, of course.
Over time, it started playing with my head. You know, I went through depression, anxiety for 2 years. And through that time, I was like, you know what? I was put on this earth for something better than just, you know, a paycheck, right? And then I always had a passion for property. Like, that's one of my USPs at the listing table is I can talk about the dynamic around circumstance, investing, equity, reno flip, like numbers, right? And that was originally why I moved into the industry.
Yeah, okay.
Because I wanted more investment properties, not because I wanted the money. It was just more investment properties, and like I was applying for, you know, grain truck driver job out to, you know, Warwick. You know, I applied for FIFO work, like just anything.
Yeah, really.
Because, yeah, literally. You know, my sister's a lawyer, my younger sister's a psychologist, and for me it was like, man, like I'm letting my parents down. You know, so I've slotted into my final resting place where I need to be. The money, like being the financial provider for my family. My sisters were both very smart. I wasn't very much so, but they still loved me. You know, they were like, I remember I lost my license, bought an S15, speeding. I remember Dad would drop me off every day at the warehouse, you know, 30 minutes drive there, 30 minutes back, and then afternoon pick me up and drive back. Like, even last night my sister messaged me, she's like, hey, you probably want to go see your parents. It's like, yeah, call them this morning. I'll have dinner with them tonight. So, you know, I set them up. They get paid every week, $600 a week. You know, pay their bills, paid off their home loan. I've ticked those boxes for me to then earn the right for the Lambo. You know, I've got 4 investment properties. I've got a reno flip happening right now. My actual dream car's outside. I've got a Land Cruiser, which I'll go around Australia one day. That's when you buy the Lambo. There's a time and a place. So tick, 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 tick. Okay. How do we grow the business? Obviously, I've got a lot of things to work. You've picked up on a lot of holes in my business, which I'm grateful for because I need to work on that for my own personal growth. But that's where Lambo comes in.
What do you do when you're in the listing presentation? How long are you in there for? An hour?
We usually 2-stage it. So
Do you really?
yeah, like before, 2-stage. Got stuck in the traffic, I was late. So. But I go in, right? Relationship, build it up. Hey guys, how are you? We would have a similar starting point. I would take 10, 15 minutes walking around, taking as many notes. I can show you, taking as many notes as possible.
Sure.
Orientation. Get the compass out.
Yep.
Right? How long have you been here? How's the neighbours?
So very question based?
Yeah.
Yep.
So then when I go away and I come back, that's when I deliver.
What if they want to list then and there?
Well, we've already got it prepared anyway.
Yeah, but like, do you ask for it then and there?
Yeah. Yeah. The only reason I pause there is it depends on if it's a two-step. So, for example, there was one there that we went to before. There was no info online, right? So there's no point trying to push myself in the door for a close. Get in the door, book in 7 p.m. tomorrow night. Go out.
So do you give price in the home?
Give a range.
Okay. So you take a CMA in?
Yeah, custom made, CMA. It's all custom made.
See, I don't do CMAs.
That's crazy. Guys, you're not at Chris's level, so
No. Always been like that. I don't take anything
Really?
in. No.
Okay.
No. Mine's I would never two-stage it. One, I don't have time.
Yep.
And I think in our market, if I don't get it then and there,
Someone else will?
Absolutely.
Okay.
So I think you'd get absolutely hammered.
I feel like I'll slow you down, build the relationship,
Sure.
and I execute with a plan, facts, being realistic, and combining your circumstances.
So do you do like case studies? Do you talk about?
Yeah, 100%. Like depends on the property, but I did a crazy one in Richlands. It's on the market right now. We just put it under contract for a monster price point, freehold house. You know, when I did the analysis, it was like, 1, that suburb, what's the demographic? Ethnics. 2, is there many relevant sales? No, there's not. There's bugger all.
Yep.
Because it's a townhouse market. You've also got multi-zoned commercial, industrial, right? The property is literally a Centenary suburbs house.
Yeah. Okay.
Right? 80s
In the
brick
wrong area.
pool in the wrong area, right? So I've amalgamated the relevant sales from the Centenary suburbs, which caters to a certain buyer demographic, with the buyer demographic for the in Ayla, Forest Lake or surrounding suburbs to that property.
And then you give them a range.
Yeah. So for that one, for example, I said 780 to 830. We just put under contract for 888.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I said
So you price most of your stuff, or do you
no, I
auction?
hate pricing because what I say to my vendors is sell it yourself if you want to put a price up. You don't need me. Why pay me a $20,000, $30,000 comp check?
That's a good script.
It's true. Like for sale by owner. You want $1 million? Put it up yourself. But guess what? If you ask for top dollar, you don't get top dollar. You work for top dollar. It's not where you start, it's where you
So
finish.
what, you just go no price campaigns or auction?
Expression of interest.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
That's what I was taught, so it's all I really know.
Yeah.
But I've had a hand at a couple of auctions. I think there will come a day and time where that'll change. But I'm comfortable, I'm well versed in the expression of interest market just because of how that strategy runs. And I feel like I've been taught when I started very well around that campaign. And we execute day in, day out, consistently. Yeah. For sale, if you want to put a price up, mate, sell it yourself. You don't need
do it
me.
yourself.
How
So
easy is it?
what are you doing different that you think you're doing that no one else is doing?
I learned properly when I started, right? So the first point was I learned properly.
Yep.
So first hurdle, I've jumped that first hurdle. Second hurdle, I don't have a wife. I don't have kids. I don't have burdening debts. I've just found my career calling. So I'm all in. Like I'm going to do 7 days, 16-hour days every day, right? Second hurdle jumped, right? What else? I say this all the time, providing informative information. When I come and see you, Chris, and you want to consider selling your house or you want an updated appraisal, trust me when I say it, I'm not there to try and close you. I'm literally there to provide you with what you want to know. Do you want to know the price of your house? This is what it's worth. I'm not a closer,
So
but it naturally closes.
Are you very data driven?
To a degree, but I like to say I go in very technical. I go in simplified. I expand like crazy, but then I simplify it again.
So what would a standard marketing campaign look like for a property with you? You've listed my home. We're doing professional photography, doing a floor plan, doing drone.
Yeah.
Do you do drone on every home?
Yeah. You want to show the POIs, points of interest, locality, block, drone top down. Look,
social media
marketing's
campaign?
marketing. Yeah, I pay for that. It sounds crazy, but every single property that I put up.
So what platform are you using? Back end of Facebook or?
Back end of Facebook. Simple, boost, couple grand.
Yep.
Bang, drop it down. Unsee this. Like I'm sure anyone within a certain radius of that property would have not seen me. So got to pay to play. Got to invest in yourself.
So what's your point of difference?
Point of difference?
So both of us, we were walking in to list a home. How are you going to be different to me?
Speed of response. I will reply. I will work quicker. 2, the value of information I provide is much more detailed, much more technical. It's much more customized to your circumstances. 3, I'm on the come up, baby. 3 years, 17. Who's going to work harder? This guy. Who's got 3 mil? You've seen the 3 mils. Do you want to back a 3 miller?
I want to go with the guy with the 17 years experience because he's done it a lot more than you.
Yeah, but he's... Yeah, that is true. That is true.
It's just how you spin it.
You reckon?
Man, I could walk into a home and go, you don't need to do open homes. Hey, all during COVID, man, we stopped doing open homes.
What?
And we would be able to sell it to a vendor. The reason why not to do an open home. And they love it. It's just how you spin it, man.
Okay.
It's no different to expressions of interest,
I don't
options,
know. I just feel
price.
like I add so much value. Like, if I think you shouldn't sell, I'll tell you honestly. Don't.
I do
sell.
the same.
Like, if
Because I think they respect that a lot more. That they know,
they love it, the
oh look, I'm
transparency.
just not here for some cash. You know what I mean?
No.
Because you always pick it up.
Man,
You'll always
because
pick it up 4-6 months
you're always
later.
going to be that agent that sold it.
Yeah.
You're always going to be 5 years, 10 years down the line.
Yeah.
So imagine if you made the right recommendation and they didn't sell it and they bought an investment property and they're just going to be they're going to prospect for you. I just think I'm very honest when I'm at the presentation table. I'll tell you how it is. Your house ain't worth that. This is data.
So you don't buy the listing? Don't play any of those?
What's that?
Buy the listing.
What do you mean?
Don't you know what buy the listing is?
No. 3 years, man.
Yeah.
3 years. Buy the listing.
Yeah.
What's that?
So it's when you buy the listing from the owner.
How do you?
You walk in there and just tell them the highest price out of all the agents. That's how you buy the listing.
I don't want the listing.
Yeah.
Because I haven't been educated.
Yeah, so there's a lot of that.
I'll tell you, man.
In your area, absolutely, there's a lot of that.
Really?
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, that's why,
but they just sit on the market.
Well,
And
that's
then
why
you come in as the second agent, give them the realistic, the no BS, and go.
I wouldn't even
"This
come
is
in as
what-"
a second agent. I was like, mate, I told you the first time around, if you want to listen to what my recommendation was. So I'm very realistic on numbers. Like, I'm not going to go on. I know I usually get 5 to 10% more than the
range.
Yeah, no, not the range, but more so like the general sold section of REA.
Yep.
But I'm honest.
Yep.
Like 780 to 830, we just blew it out of the water at 888. And that was honest because I did the data analysis. This is the facts. These are the trends for the future of the market. This is, you know what I mean? So when you blow them off, they're like, holy. Yeah.
So what's next?
1, get the Lambo. 2,
Well, that's on its way.
yeah,
So
it's
hurdle
3
1,
weeks.
done.
Yeah, hurdles. 2, finish my Renault flip in Mackenzie, put that on hold. 3, set up a self-managed super fund, start getting into commercial, start structuring my property portfolio, structuring the growth of the internal finances. Sister's getting married in September, which will be beautiful. I think finish the year
With 3.
3M. I have to hit 3M.
Even if you don't, it doesn't matter.
I'm hitting 3M, man. I'm hitting 3M.
We'll come back to this.
Oh, shit.
We'll go. Did he hit his 3M?
Honestly, at the moment,
hard.
I won't hit it, but I will do
So you're
everything
not-
in my
you don't
power.
think you're on
I'm
track?
at like 2.6.
Yeah.
All I need to do is get my team to prospect more, not be afraid of asking for more commission.
So what are you okay to say? What rate?
I run a performance-based, right? 2.5 to 3% or 2.75 to 3.3, including GST.
Yep.
You decide, Chris, based on 2 things. Only 2 things I care about. Price, service. Nothing else.
Yep. And you charge marketing on all home?
Every house. Yep.
Ranging, what, 3,
2 to
4 grand? 2 grand?
Nah, not that low. Whatever the cost is. So photos, brochure, signboard, title search,
Sure.
REA, domain,
Yeah,
Ignite.
so
So it's
a
like
couple of
3.2, I think
Yeah.
3.230, $3,230.45.
Yeah. For that area, it's about that.
Correct. Yeah. And then we'll see till next year. I don't know. It's all very new to me, and just like when I first entered into the market, it's all well and good to be a performer, but then to go from a performer to becoming a leader and a business owner, to being in your shoes or being at your level one day,
Yeah,
it's
well,
not
I think,
easy.
Well,
There's a lot to learn. There's a lot of people out there who don't have your best interests at heart.
no, they're selfish and they're only
That's
trying to line
what
their
I
own
mean.
pockets.
So
but-
you've kind of got to navigate this world yourself. No one's going to save you. You got to literally, how do I get to that next level? You know what I mean? I know I got to let go, but then what next?
Depends what you want to do. So that's the thing. Like taking over this, I don't still want to run the business. I still have a hand in the business, and I make the final call on whatever. But I listen and sell every day. That's all I do.
Yep.
That's all I'm doing. So I think you got to work out: are you better off being a lead agent and bringing the funds in, or are you going to be better served as being a leader and getting a troop of people?
I can't do
underneath?
both as well. It's either
Well, you
one or
can't.
the other.
That's why I've always had a business partner.
Yep.
In order to do that.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So because I'm telling you right now. So my business partner was the number one in this area.
Yep.
And then when we did what we did, it was like, well, mate, make a choice. because we can't do both. So he went, I'm going to do this. I've got I'm a lot younger. This is where I'm going to probably get to. And he's like, well, I'll grow and run the business.
Yep.
And that's allowed us both to do what we've both do to grow what we've grown. So you can't do both.
No. I'll ask you one question. I know I've been rambling on for a while now, but for a young guy coming up and they start seeing, the glitz, the glamour, the lights, the fame, or, the results, and how do you navigate what's the next right move? How do you work out? Because once you get to a certain level, you notice everyone's giving you an opportunity. This is little Chris Gilmour.
So you're probably.
So all those
what I'm guessing is you're getting phone calls from other companies. We want to do this. We want to do that. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah. Or that, but also, your goals, your desires, and ambitions. How do you?
It really depends on the person.
Okay.
If I was in the industry right now, I would not be a business owner. I'd be a straight agent on a really good comp split.
Okay.
And let them deal with all the shit.
Yep.
It's the easiest way.
Okay. So,
easiest way.
Yep.
Easy.
Yep.
Otherwise, you'll be grey by 33.
Yeah.
So, so it's like we've all got ambitions. You know what I mean? But you might be a really good agent, but a shit business owner.
Yep.
It's two complete different things, man. You know what I mean? So I think everyone has aspirations as a good agent. They're like, I want a rent roll. Mate, rent rolls make no money.
Yep.
Right? It's bullshit that they say, oh, you make a fortune. You make a fortune when you sell it.
Yep.
Like a house.
Yep.
It's no different. You've got a tangible asset there. But if you're a really good agent and you've got a really good team underneath you with a really good brand behind you, supporting you, and you're on a really good comp split, just sail home. Because it's easy. And you can go on a holiday.
Yeah.
And your business will still run. I go on a holiday here, man, and I'm still freaking out that we've got to, you've got to put all these pieces together. I've chosen that way though, and that was done 17 years ago because I had big dreams.
Yeah.
But the
you hit 'em.
landscape, yeah, not really.
What's next? Well, what's next for Chris?
What's next? I've got to figure where I want to get to.
GCI wise or sales wise?
Wealth wise.
Okay, yep.
Wealth wise.
Yep.
There's a number there that I want to hit.
Yep.
And I think once I hit that, I'm probably done.
He doesn't mean done. He's going to be building some absolute machines in the background.
I don't know what I'm doing. So I never, look, man, everyone talks about goals and looking into the future. I mean, I don't look at that. I could be dead tomorrow.
Yeah.
So I just live for today. You know what I mean? And worry about what's in front of me today. I do a lot of manifestation, law of attraction, and that shit. It's real. It comes. It's all come.
Got to create your own luck.
So, look, I've got some things there that I want to hit, but I'm just chilled.
They're heavy. They're heavy things that he wants to hit. I can see it and feel it. He's like, yeah, I've got to hit it.
Things or people?
Just no wealth goals. Like he's like, I gotta get there, and I can see he's digging in there. He's feeling it.
I'm on my way there.
Yeah.
But but what I really want to do, where I think my next phase here is, I want to bring people with me, and that's where I get a fair bit of satisfaction.
Yeah.
Is seeing them building their family, their wealth, and like Rob behind the camera, he's brought his first home. You know what I mean? And that makes me happy.
People don't understand once again how important buying a house is. Historically, the value of the growth. Yeah. It's working whilst you're working, so you're getting two incomes.
Absolutely.
The way Australia's set up, it's just such a property heavy driven market.
Well, it's a great vehicle.
Yeah.
Yeah, no landlords. But
mate, that's nothing when you get a property, because then you're gonna be looking at equity. Where can I add value? How do I get my next one? Oh.
But also just bringing in like a 22-year-old, and then by the time they're 30, they're making millions of dollars. It's kind of cool.
That is.
You know what I mean? So
That
I
is,
get
'cause
a
they're
lot
a byproduct of you.
yeah, but it's again, it's the journey of what that person had to do or go through. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And I think it's, for me, success is sharing it with someone.
Yep.
Like there's, and you'll find a partner and have a family, do whatever you want to do.
I hope so.
You know, because I think.
I've never had a missus all my life.
Yeah, well, man, the Lambo will.
You reckon?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
But like I think for me, success is reaching a pinnacle, or you reach the top of that mountain, but you've got someone to share that view with.
I think it'd be my parents.
Like it's so so whether it's your parents, you know what I mean, and stuff. But that I've done things for my wife's parents and some and it's just a nice little sense, a bit like, I don't know, it's just a feeling that you get that you can help people that are just not doing it as well as you, or I'm in that position that I can now. And that makes me happy.
I just love exactly what you said, because a lot of these people, they don't know what they don't know. So when you're educating them or guiding them or navigating them a certain way, most of them don't actually know what you've just told them, because otherwise they wouldn't be listening to you. Nothing would have changed. So I couldn't resonate with that anymore.
Well, I think the next thing we've got to do is race.
Far out. Far out.
Thanks, man.
Hey, appreciate it. I know you've worked hard, Chris.
I reckon I just found 3 million in your business, though.